Look at those tiles shuffle. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of GGRC. I'm ArrrCee, and today we're taking a look at Levels Plus Addictive Puzzle Game. Now, you look at the name, you look at the screen right here, and you might be thinking, wow, why is ArrrCee playing this mobile game? And yes, Levels Plus did start as a mobile game, but it's actually a pretty cool game. I'm playing it on the Switch here, and I just wanted to talk about it here, because I think this is actually pretty cool and pretty fun. I got it recently from the developer to take a look at it, and I actually think that this is a lot of fun to play. Now, some of you may look at this and think like, wow, this looks just like that game Threes, and you're right, it does look a lot like Threes, but there's a different twist to it. You have two different style tiles that you're actually trying to add up here, so each time you add 1 to 1, you get 2. So we do that, and then you need 2 2s to make a 3. Now, with the blues, these are your fighters, okay? What we were just combining was gold. That's what you're collecting. Your fighters, that's in the guys that are in blue here, those are the guys that can collect the gold, and when they collect the gold, as you'll see right here, that's what gives you your score. Now, your guys are also what has to kill these red enemies that are on screen here. So, these do not combine. You do not move them. But what we can do is take out a whole crop of them. Now, your character actually has to be a high, same level same level or higher to take out anything that's in red. So, if we, try to take this guy and take out the spider, we can't. But if we take this guy, make him 2, boom, now he could take out the spider and keep doing so. So your whole point is to try to get your characters as high as possible and collect all the gold that you can, and get that score as high as you can. So as you can see in the top right corner, my best score so far has been 2351. And this game was kind of a surprise for me because, I saw the screenshots of it. I was like, what could this be about? I really wanted to check it out because, I was really afraid that the like the Wii and the Wii U, mostly the Wii, I guess, that the Switch was going to be getting a lot of shovelware on the eShop, right? There have been some games that have come out already that people are questioning as to, why why is this here? What is this exactly? Here, we'll get our guy up to 4 here. Take out these people here, or these enemies, not these people. They're spiders and rats, they're not people. Boom, we're up to 3. But I was pleasantly surprised with what I found here. I thought that this was a really cool take on the whole tile merging idea. Threes was all about numbers. You're just trying to get the numbers up as high as you can, and that is the goal with this. But at the same time, this actually, has a little bit of a board game feel to it. This almost feels like, because it is never ending. You go and go and go until you can't go anymore. But this does have that board game feel to it, which I find really refreshing. Threes was more about, math and strategy, and didn't feel much like a board game, but this one does. This feels like a game that you really could have created, or rather, I'm sorry, not created, but a game that you could have set up on your table and played a bit of, and, while playing a bit of it, maybe you have some friends over and they're trying to help you put these tiles together to make everything, come together and match towards the end. I don't know. For me, this has become a game that I really liked at night to, if I'm winding down, I got maybe like an hour before I go to bed. I don't really want to get into anything big at the moment. I don't want to play Quake or Prey or anything like that, any of the other bigger games that I'm playing at the moment. This is a great time waster game that I was having a ton of fun with. And I guess now that I'm recording myself talking over it, I'm finding it actually very hard to play while I talk. So let me play through a bit here, and you guys can just check it out and see how it all goes. I'm sure watching it is not as exciting as playing it, but, not that playing it is the most exciting. It's actually a very soothing game, I find. That's not to say, though, there haven't been times where I was sort of almost racking my brain trying to figure out, how the hell am I going to get out of this one? And by that I mean, sometimes you have all these enemies on screen, and it seems like there's no way you can escape them, and there's no way you're gonna get away from them. Oh yeah, we have not gotten very high yet. We're only at 162. But the real secret here is to get these gold pieces up as high as you can, and that's what's going to give you the real points. Now, the other thing that's cool about this game is that there are sort of like thresholds that you need to hit, and there are collectible things that you can get in the game as well. If we go to the menu here, you'll see that we have missions and record and ranking, and even panel collection. So you check out panel collection, you'll see that you have a chance for like rare creatures to actually show up, and this doesn't really mean too much in the game. A level 8 regular dragon is the same as a level 8 double-headed dragon. This style rat is going to be the same as this rat, but you have the chance to unlock a lot of these, which I thought was a cool little touch, that there are different emblems for different characters. You could see that I still have not unlocked the highest level in this. I have not reached level 10 yet, and level 5 is as high as I've gotten with the yellow panels, because combining the yellow panels is a lot harder than it seems. Yeah, we still haven't hit level 10 with the red creatures yet either. But that's your panel collection. You also have missions that you can do. You can see everything highlighted in yellow is everything that I have done so far. So, I've made a level 5 blue panel. I've made a level 6, all that stuff. Have not broken my record for number of movement, which was 750, or at least over 750. Haven't broken that record yet. Haven't outscored your best score of 2,500. Haven't reached that yet. Get a total score of 30,000. I don't know how in the hell that's actually going to happen. You'll notice here that the level of panels, yellow panels, actually can reach 10, but this only goes up to 6 here. And record and ranking, you could see this is my best score as a rank A. I almost hit that 2,500 threshold, and it gives you, everything that you've hit. This was my record amount of turns probably during that same game, 627. So that's another thing that I thought was really cool, is that it took all of the things that you might like about a simple, casual mobile game, and actually added a lot of things to it to make it, a little bit. Here we go. We hit our level 6, but to make it sort of a little bit more replayable. Now, of course, a lot of those mobile games, especially games like Threes, they're addictive, and that's what makes them replayable as is anyway. Let's see if we do this, we get a 3, combine that. There we go, we get a 4. But with all that added stuff in there, I think that is just awesome that they, they were able to create this game that takes the whole same idea and just like adds a refreshing twist to it. You can actually unlock abilities too. Now, one of the abilities, this Thunderbolt here, I'm assuming there's other abilities you can actually get above that too. But that was for getting my gold collection up to, or rather, getting a number 5 gold panel. So when you hit the 5, I was able to unlock a Thunderbolt. Now, maybe once I hit 6, I'll get another Thunderbolt, or maybe a different ability. But I'll show you what that Thunderbolt does in just a second here. Let's see, what else can we do? Actually, I'll just use it now just so you can see. So when you use this, it actually takes every red panel on screen, and it turns them all into level 1 gold panels, which is pretty cool. Now, considering that you do not have that at the beginning of the game, and we did find a hidden panel right there. I think it was that tree character that showed up. So it alerts you when there's a hidden panel. Yeah, so we just unlocked this guy here. For some, that may not be super exciting, but, it's fun if you're trying to collect them. But that's really helpful, that ability with the Thunderbolt, to turn everything back to gold, because, hell, you need a little bit of help once you start hitting like the really high up numbers in this game. Now, what I really need to do here is I need to figure out how to get this 4 to that 4. There we go. Always forget that I can move the gold onto a blue instead of the blue always collecting it. So here we go. We're getting a 5 here. It's going to be really hard to find another 5 to do that with. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But the 5 is going to be big points. So we need to get the 6 over there to collect it. So yeah, this is basically the whole game. If you like what you see, it's definitely a game to check out on the Switch. Now, the one sticking point that I do have with the game is its price. Now, if this game were $3 to $5, I know that there's other games on the Switch that are, $5, and I feel like that they are good options to get. I think it's Kamiko is how you say it. Very good $5 game. It's short, but it's a really fun game. With this game, I believe it's $6.99, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that's a little steep for this game, considering this is all you get. When I started the game, that was the title screen. That was what you saw. It literally starts you in a game. There's no title screen whatsoever. So you could tell that this was shifted from mobile right over to Switch, probably done as quick as possible to make sure it was ready. And the game works well. It's fun. It's a good time waster. But is it worth $7? There we go. I got the 5 right there. Look at that. That was a big chunk right there. If you're able to do that a lot, you can definitely see that score going up quick. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that I could see myself paying that much for the game. $7. If this were on sale, if it were half off, if you're paying $3.50 for this, I would say totally grab it. It's a fun little time waster. But man, 7 seems a bit steep. So that's about really my only big critique on it, and that's kind of a big deal for people. When you have a game that's $7 and you have other games, that are $5 on Steam, they have a lot more meat to them. Hell, there's, free games on Steam that have a lot more meat to them. It could be hard to make an argument for a $7 game on the Switch like this, that's just a mobile port. That doesn't really add a whole lot of bells and whistles to the whole thing, right? And I can't really argue with that, to be honest. But I gotta say, that, like I said, this has become a game that I really enjoy playing at night when I'm just hanging out. And, I think it's going to be one of those games I continue to play to try to get a best score on. And that might seem kind of silly to some of you out there. You might be, as I've already mentioned, you might be looking at this like, really? This is what you're playing? But again, it's one of those games I think if you gave it a shot, you would find yourself really wanting to play more of it. Oh no, I can't get back. Let's see. I really went the wrong way on that one. Alright, I'm going to try to speed through this round here. See if I can get to a finished game for you guys before I retire. We got a level 7 on the board here. Everybody look out. So we can collect that. We want that. Take that guy out. So right now I'm definitely at a disadvantage here. I feel like there aren't going to be too many more places for me to actually move to. Now that we have a 7 here blocking my 6, that's going to be a real big issue. The game will automatically tell you when you have no more moves, so not to worry. Take that guy out. That's it. That is the round. So I got a C. That's not the best game that you can play of this, but it's decent. 800, I think. What was my first game? My first game probably was like 400 or something like that. But once you get down the strategy and the fact that you can move tiles to certain areas to do certain things, you want to make the strategy that you're moving the 1 there and the 1 there, so that way you can combine those two. And then you want to move the 2 to that 2 to make sure that the 3 can collect it later. So there's actually a lot to it. So we go through the 3, collect the 3, become a 4. And now as the 4, I can just run around here and just wipe the floor with all these enemies. And that is actually a very satisfying thing to do in this game. Every time I can wipe the floor with all the enemies in one swoop like that, it feels really good. The higher you go right off the bat with your character, the higher those red panels show up immediately. So you see, I got a score of 80, and we're already up to level 5. So the quicker you make those, the quicker the creatures are going to show up. Now, one other thing to note before I call this really quick review here is that I normally play this game on the couch in the living room, like I said, while I'm sort of waiting, to hit the bed before I, get tired enough to go to sleep. But I'm always playing on my actual Switch tablet with my finger like I would a normal mobile game, and that's the way I would definitely suggest to play this game. I'm playing with a controller, and it's definitely, I would say it's definitely tolerable with the controller, but it doesn't feel as intuitive with a controller. So if you end up picking this up and playing it, definitely recommend playing it, like on the couch or, at least like, on the tablet in your bedroom maybe, I don't know, before bed, however you want to do it. If you're like me, you want to lay in bed and play it for a bit, I definitely recommend that that's the way to go. But there you go. I think you guys all kind of get the idea of Levels Plus. It's a cool little puzzle game, and definitely recommended for when it goes on sale. But like I said, I do think it's a bit expensive for what it is at the moment. There you have it, Levels Plus. I'll see you all next time on GGRC.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out some of the other GGRC episodes. And if you're feeling a little retro, why not jump into the Quake grave, where you can watch me play through a lot of different custom maps in Quake. Enjoy!